Hey, good morning, Bootleg Resources. This is your operational briefing for Friday, July 30th, 2021. My name is Adam Coley, Plans Chief with the Alaska team. As a reminder, please mask up and keep your distance in those crowds out there this morning. Current fire size, 413,545 acres. Showed a growth of 145 acres yesterday is all. Containment's at 53%, expect that to go up a bit today. 1,994 personnel and $64.7 million. We'll start off with the plan for the day and a review of the current situation with Operations Karen Scholl.
Morning, day shift. So night ops last night went pretty well. They did receive lightning up till about midnight in the general area. So something to be heads up with there. Also experienced a strong thermal belt. It was dry and warm in Paisley, as well as up around drop point 1,000. So just be heads up with that. Fire behavior is moderated, but was creeping and moving around a little bit, and lots of glows on the hillside in the thermal belt area. Break. Divisions might continue to patrol and mop up. Same thing for today. Lima and Kilo, they worked through the night trying to clean up the line that's up and around the corner there. That work will continue on through today. Did get a little extra black line from drop point 406 down, so that's a good stroke. Also on Kilo and Juliet, they worked to fill up porta tanks last night, lots of patrol, and just working on tidying things up. Break. Continue to work through on Division Juliet, working west along that line. Saikan River was active again interior, so expect more of that today as fuels continue to burn out. In India, everything was looking good in India, patrol and mop up, continue with that. Sounds like you guys have a good plan for dealing with the west wind today, so just make sure you guys are well aware of what you're doing, where you're going, and how that's going to play out. Break. Echo, lots of patrol again, and mop up happened last night in Echo Division. Same thing for you guys. Ensure that you know what you're doing, where you're going. We've got forecasted high winds today. It's going to buck our lines, especially over on that east side. Break. And down in Charlie, they did quite a bit of mop-up down 3372 in the 022 road. Let's continue that, get around the corner, and they're starting to do some interior mop-up. So let's continue today with that good push to really see what we can do from 28 north, and work to continue patrolling further south and around the corner there. Over in Gulf and Whiskey, patrol and mop up, continue with that. Please clean up behind yourselves, behind your crews. You see trash out there, make sure you're picking it up. Likely to get a little bit rowdy this afternoon, so just make sure you know what you're doing, where you're going, and have accountability for those who are working for you. Have a safe shift.
All right, good morning, everybody. Chris Fultonson, meteorologist trainee. As Karen mentioned, we did have quite a bit of lightning across the fire landscape last night. Certainly got worse as it got off the fire perimeter to the north and the west. Break. Not a lot of moisture with some of the storms. Looks like across the fire raws, we had anywhere from a few hundredths to upwards of 1/10 of an inch, but certainly heavier rain as it got over towards Chiloquin. Break. We are expecting a similar day today. We do have a little bit more cloud cover this morning, so hoping that'll help moderate things just a bit, but we do expect those winds to start to pick up by late morning, early this afternoon. Could see some gusts upwards of around 20 miles per hour break. Just a reminder, we do have a red flag warning that does go into effect at 1400, and that goes out through 2300, and again, that's for lightning over those dry fuels. So if you do start to see some storms pop up, please make sure that you're reminding yourself of safe spaces and stuff like that. As far as communicating weather obs, anything that you guys are taking out there in the field as far as weather observations, we'd love to have those so we can help refine our forecast and get any messages out that we need to. Great. We do expect the storms to start to wind down as a similar time frame as last night, 2300, midnight, somewhere in that time frame, and then go and calm overnight. So hopefully we can get some good RH recovery with some moisture today. That's all I have for you today. Thanks.
Morning, Chris Moore, Fire Behavior. As we all know, fire behavior is a combination of alignment between fuels, weather, and topography, and that's utmost important for today break. As work continues to go around the perimeter, we're reducing the chance of spread due to spotting, and then we also have a chance for lightning this afternoon break. So if we have a spot or we have some lightning where there is a good alignment of fuels with a general wind or an outflow wind or a local diurnal wind, like up here in Lima and Kilo, you could have aggressive spread, lots of spotting, and real high resistance to control break. I think everyone's aware of how dry the fuels are. You should be aware of the topography in the area you're working, and hopefully over the last couple of days you're aware of how the winds, when they come through your area, affect the fire in your area break. So once again, anywhere there could be alignment between fuels, weather, and topography, expect rapid rates of spread. Thanks.
Good morning, Brian Dack, Air Operations Trainee. If you look in your IAP on page 36, you'll have a full summary of everything that's happened aviation-wise on this fire. And yesterday we did address what I spoke of. We dropped primary out of the command structure so that the text meets what's actually in your radio. So hopefully that'll alleviate any confusion that may have been happening prior to that. And looking at the toilets tipped over in a photo yesterday, I thought a wind restriction, little refresher, would be appropriate for today. So Type 3 aircraft, rotor wing, 40 knots max wind speed. Type 2s and Type 1s, 30 knot max wind speed with a gust spread of 15. So if you're seeing those conditions, you may not get assistance with aviation bucket support. Keep that in mind. Have a great day.
Good morning, Ross Atkinson, Communications. So I had a request to kind of explain the repeaters and how they work. A few people didn't know quite how they work. We have 6 command repeaters on the fire. It circle the entire fire. All the repeaters will push out the audio. If you're talking on one repeater, you're talking on all of them. However, that does not mean you can talk on all the repeaters from your location. So like in Division Echo, you should be on command 8. But you can try some of the other repeaters in case that one's not working well for you. So you need to know where you're at and the closest repeaters to you. That's where you should be talking to. One other thing you should know is try to keep your radio about 3 to 4 inches away from your face. If you get too far from your face, the wind blows, there's a lot of background noise, and the radio operators don't really hear you very well. So to keep them from asking, can you repeat that, just try to keep it about 3 to 4 inches from your face. Appreciate it and have a good day.
Morning, everybody. Tom Greeling, safety trainee. When we start talking about thunderstorm activity, we often go back to page 21, the IRPG, regarding lightning. Let's not forget about the other considerations. Let's think about the winds that are associated with that. in terms of there's a lot of uncontained line out there, so make sure we do a hard plug-in of LCES. Everybody knows where to go, and let's add accountability to that. And also I'd like folks to think about other things, like when things start blowing around, like in a hurricane, let's make sure we have things battened down, especially in camp where we have large concentrations of people. Everybody have a good, safe day. Thank you.
Morning, Meredith Lund Medical. Today is brought to you by the letter D in the colors red, yellow, and green. D is for danger. You guys put yourselves in danger every day on the fire line. So it's important that you know how to get the help that you need in a medical emergency. In first grade, we teach kids how to dial 911 so that they can save mom and dad. Likewise, does every firefighter in your division know how to talk on the radio? Does every firefighter know how to change the radio from TAC to command? Does every firefighter know how to use the medical incident report on the back page of the IAP? Today, take time to practice with your crew because someday that need may be yours. Stay safe and have a great day.
Good morning, Rosalind Sorrell, Finance Section Chief. Just a reminder that today we will have finance located at Bly and also at Paisley. So if you're demobbing there, go in to see finance. If you're not located in either one of those places, you need to call the number on the phone for finance to start your demob. Also on page 46, starting on page 46, there's a list of resources who we need additional information. So it's 3 pages long. Please look through this, see if you can find your resource order number. Some of them say call finance. That could be for 2 reasons. One, we have a question on your time, or you may have won a prize. Y'all have a safe day.
Tim Derby Logistics. We have a leadership change today happening at ZX and at Bly today in the logistics. Alyssa Johnson will be logistics up at ZX, and Chad Dinges will be logs leadership up at down at Bly. Thank you.
Hey, good morning. Mariah Helpin, lead read here. Just wanted to let you know that I've been hearing from some of our resource advisors out there that there's some trash, candy wrappers, cans out in the field and along the highways near the Bly camp. So let's just make good examples for ourselves out there and clean up, pick up your trash, look after your teammates, and that's all I got. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jeanette Wilson. I work for the Forest Service. I'm here on the Fremont Winneba. I'm the interim ranger for the Paisley and Silver Lake districts. I just want to take a moment and make sure everyone understands how appreciative we are of everyone who is involved in this effort. I have received incredible feedback from our agency, our cooperating agencies, from private landowners who have land within the fire, as well as landowners and residences in those communities you are vigilantly protecting. Thank you is not enough, but it's about all I can say at the moment. And for an employee who has been here for 18 years, sincerely, thank you. We know it's going to be a long fire season, so I just ask that you please take care of yourself, take care of your crew, and be vigilant for those around you. Have a good day.
Good morning, Deputy IC Tom Kurth here. First, let's give a shout out to Crew 21 here, who when asked to show their vaccination cards, all 20 of them had been vaccinated and proved up for us there. So let me put an end to the myth that we can ask whether you've been vaccinated or not. That will be occurring if we have problems or anything related to an exposure out there. And the second shout out goes to anyone who is disregarding our mitigations out there and who has asked politely to follow up. Those people, we have a plan for them. You will be demobbed, and you are in our crosshairs right now as we get feedback from some of the disrespect that's taken place out there. So our COVID triangle consists of respect, integrity, and duty. And that means that respect for your fellow firefighters and the public out there, that is who you are trying to protect. And one of those obligations is with COVID mitigations right now. There will be no exceptions out there. Now, the COVID issues that we have, it tends to grind our operation to a halt. We have 2,000 plus individuals out there. Our probabilities are high, and so we need everybody to tighten up on what's taking place. And we have no regard for your political opinions, your personal opinions. You have a duty to respect your fellow firefighters and public out there. So with that, we're going to jump right back into what operations is calling a rowdy fire day. That means we have potential for initial attack. We have potential for fire to push on our lines. We have potential to see fire behavior we haven't seen before. And so everybody has to be the top of their game today. In division breakouts, if you would please work with people. Maybe you don't know their names. Maybe you don't trust them. Maybe you don't understand their capabilities. Work through that and make sure everybody is ready to go and capable of whatever position you might need there. We're somewhat understaffed for middle management here, so you'll empower your individuals to provide leadership in every position. And with that, we'll turn it over to the voice of Bootleg Fire, Adam Colai.
All right, thank you, Tom, and thank you, everybody. Division breakouts, you'll follow right after this briefing's over there locally. Along with that, there's probably going to be a local briefing, including some logistics messages, so stay around and stay tuned for that. Thanks again for the mitigations here this morning in those briefing areas with those large crowds. If you turn your radios and cell phones off for briefing, thank you very much, but don't forget to turn them back on. Have a great day.